Chartreuse is a French liqueur made by the Carthusian Monks since 1737 according to the instructions set out in a manuscript given to them by François Annibal d'Estrées in 1605. It is composed of distilled alcohol aged with 130 herbs, plants and flowers. The liqueur is named after the monks' Grande Chartreuse monastery, located in the Chartreuse Mountains in the general region of Grenoble in France. The liqueur is produced in the distillery in the nearby town of Voiron. Until the 1980s, there was another distillery at Tarragona in Spain. Chartreuse gives its name to the color chartreuse, which was first used as a term of color in 1884. It is one of the handful of liquors that continues to age and improve in the bottle. Types. The two types of chartreuse are: Green Chartreuse is a naturally green liqueur made from 130 herbs and plants macerated in alcohol and steeped for about 8 hours. A last maceration of plants gives its color to the liqueur. Yellow Chartreuse, which has a milder and sweeter flavor and aroma. Also made by the monks of Chartreuse are Chartreuse VEP. VEP stands for Vieillissement Exceptionnellement Prolongé, meaning exceptionally prolonged aging in English. It is made using the same processes and the same secret formula as the traditional liqueur, and by extra long aging in oak casks it reaches an exceptional quality. Chartreuse VEP comes in both yellow and green. Elixir végétal de la Grande Chartreuse, the same base of about 130 medicinal and aromatic plants and flowers, far stronger. It can be described as a cordial or a liqueur, and is claimed to be a tonic. Sold in small wooden-covered bottles. Liqueur du 9 degrees centenaire, created in 1984 to commemorate the 900-year anniversary of the foundation of the abbey. It is similar to Green Chartreuse but slightly sweeter. Chartreuse 1605 Liqueur d'Elixir, created to commemorate the return of a mysterious manuscript concerning an elixir of long life to the Carthusian monks by Marshal François Annibal d'Estrées. White Chartreuse, produced and sold between 1860 and 1900. Furthermore, the monks make a ge acute ne acute pi. Ge acute ne acute pi is the general term in the Alps for a homemade local liquor featuring local mountain flora. There are hundreds or even thousands of different ge acute ne acute pi liquors made, many simply by families for their own use each year, as they have been making chartreuse from a local plant for centuries. The monks have recently made a ge acute ne acute pi as a sideline product. It is labeled ge acute ne acute pi des Perez Chartres and is generally only available locally in a 70 centiliters bottle, usually labeled 40% alcohol. Flavor. Chartreuse has a very strong characteristic taste. It is very sweet but becomes both spicy and pungent. It is comparable to other herbal liqueurs such as Galliano, Licastrega or Kraut liqueur, though it is distinctively more vegetal. Like other liqueurs, its flavor is sensitive to serving temperature. If straight, it can be served very cold, but is often served at room temperature. It is also featured in some cocktails. Some mixed drink recipes call for only a few drops of chartreuse due to the assertive flavor. It is popular in French ski resorts where it is mixed with hot chocolate and called green chaud. History. According to tradition, a marshal of artillery to French King Henry IV, François Annibal d'Estrées, presented the Carthusian monks at Voiron, near Paris, with an alchemical manuscript that contained a recipe for an elixir of long life in 1605. The recipe eventually reached the religious orders, headquarters at the Grande Chartreuse monastery, in Voiron, near Grenoble. It has since then been used to produce the elixir végétal de la Grande Chartreuse. The formula is said to include 130 herbs, plants and flowers and secret ingredients combined in a wine alcohol base. The book The Practical Hotel Steward states that green chartreuse contains cinnamon, mace, lemon balm, dried hyssop flower tops, peppermint, thyme, costumary, arnica flowers, genepi, and angelica roots, and that yellow chartreuse is similar to above, adding cardamom seeds and Soctran aloes. The monks intended the liqueur to be used as medicine. The recipe was further enhanced in 1737 by Brother Guillaume Maubec. The beverage soon became popular, and in 1764 the monks adapted the elixir recipe to make what is now called green chartreuse. In 1793, the monks were expelled from France, and manufacture of the liqueur ceased. Several years later they were allowed to return. In 1838, they developed yellow chartreuse, a sweeter, 40% alcohol liqueur colored with saffron. The monks were again expelled from the monastery following a French law in 1903, and the real property, including the distillery, was confiscated by the government. The monks took the secret recipe to the refuge in Tarragona, Catalonia, and began producing the liqueurs with the same label, but with an additional label which said liqueur fabriquée à Tarragone par les Pères Chartres. At the same time, a corporation in Voiron that obtained the Chartreuse assets produced a liqueur without benefit of the monks' recipe which they sold as Chartreuse. But all attempts to reproduce real Chartreuse failed. Sales were very poor, and by 1927 the production company faced bankruptcy, and its shares became nearly worthless. A group of local businessmen in Voiron bought all the shares at a low price and sent them as a gift to the monks in Tarragona. After regaining possession of the distillery, the Carthusian brothers returned to the monastery with the tacit approval of the French government and began to produce Chartreuse once again. Despite the eviction law, when a mudslide destroyed the distillery in 1935, the French government assigned army engineers to relocate and rebuild it at a location near Voiron where the monks had previously set up a distribution point. After World War II, the government lifted the expulsion order, making the Carthusian brothers once again legal French residents. Today, the liqueurs are produced in Voiron using the herbal mixture prepared by two monks at Grande Chartreuse. Other related alcoholic beverages are manufactured in the same distillery. The exact recipes for all forms of Chartreuse remain trade secrets and are known at any given time only to the two monks who prepare the herbal mixture. Chartreuse is also used as an addition to other drinks. Accolades. Chartreuse liquors generally have performed well at international spirit ratings competitions. The basic green offering has won silver and double gold medals from the San Francisco World Spirits Competition. It has also earned an above-average score of 93 from the Beverage Testing Institute and has been given scores in the 96 to 100 interval by Wine Enthusiast. The VEP Green and VEP Yellow have generally earned similarly impressive scores. The basic yellow Chartreuse has received more modest ratings. In popular culture, in the Alfred Hitchcock film The Lady Vanishes, a character on the train orders specifically green Chartreuse. In Chapter 23 of John Steinbeck's 1954 novel Sweet Thursday, Doc and Susie start off the dinner date with a cocktail, the Webster F. Street layaway plan, a martini made with Chartreuse instead of vermouth. Very good. Quote. In the 1950 novel by Josephine Tate To Love and Be Wise, Inspector Alan Grant enjoys a glass of Chartreuse with his companion Marta Hallett before dinner. In the short story Reginald on Christmas Presents, the title character declares that people may say what they like about the decay of Christianity, the religious system that produced green Chartreuse can never really die. In Evelyn Waugh's novel Brideshead Revisited, Anthony Blanche and the narrator Charles Ryder drink Chartreuse after dinner. Anthony muses that it's real GG green Chartreuse, made before the expulsion of the monks. There are 5 distinct tastes as it trickles over the tongue. It is like swallowing a SP spectrum. In Poppy Z. Bright's novel Lost Souls, Chartreuse features heavily, serving as the main drink of the New Orleans vampire protagonists. In the prologue the author states that Chartreuse glows in the dark, and if you drink enough of it, your eyes will turn bright green. Notable for the eyes of the main vampire, Zilla, whose eyes are said to be the color of Chartreuse. In Ted Conover's book Whiteout, Conover is asked to deliver 5 bottles of green Chartreuse to Hunter Thompson, but is turned down by Airport Liquors in Aspen because Thompson had already bought all the Chartreuse they had in stock. In Quentin Tarantino's Death Proof, the bar owner Warren serves a green liqueur. After being asked what was just served, Warren says, "Chartreuse, the only liqueur so good they named a color after it." The Tom Waits song "Till the Money Runs Out" from his 1980 album Heart Attack and Vine contains the couplet, "With a pint of green Chartreuse ain't nothing seems right, you buy the Sunday paper on a Saturday night." His song, $29, for the album Blue Valentine, refers to Ed Fleetwood with the Chartreuse hood. The 2000 Morphine song Top Floor Bottom Buzzer on the album The Night contains the lines, "It was after 2. We found a bottle of the good Chartreuse. The lights were green and gold. We played Latin soul. The 2012 ZZ Top song Chartreuse on the album Le Futura, which is about how well one feels when consuming Chartreuse. In the movie Were No Angels, Madame Parole purchases a bottle of Chartreuse in the Duck Hotel store. In the 1960s cult Gothic horror series, Dark Shadows, during the 1897 episodes, Chartreuse is ordered for the diabolical Count Andreas Pitofi by his loyal henchman, Aristide, at the Blue Whale Tavern.